Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing a review of another non-Doctor Who related action figure review today for you. I've got a new Star Wars Black Series action figure to add to the collection. Today I'm reviewing specifically the the Armourer, from Mandalorian Season 1. Unfortunately, she wasn't in Season 2, although someone online kind of pointed out that she might be the baddie for an upcoming series, maybe, which would be kind of interesting, even though I liked the character to the point where I'd prefer if she was a good guy, but it is what it is. And I was just mainly reason why Mando is in this review is because I wanted to do a size comparison or height comparison even, and yeah, he seems to be taller than her, which I'm not sure if that's accurate to the TV show, but either way, he's also I was thinking just before I rolled the camera and that to record this video, I just thought something funny, which is that, you know, it works out that I got the shitty version, or the version of him in the shit armor, because, you know, now I've got this character, so it kind of makes sense, you know, why I would have this one now in retrospect, which is cool because, yeah, I'm really that mad that this sort of stuff keeps me up at night. And so, yeah, as I say, I like the fact that, yeah, like, because there is another version of Mando that you can buy out there, which has the better Beskar armor, which is why he goes to the Armourer, of course, which in retrospect kind of explains why a lot of people said, like, oh, Season 1 of Mandalorian, it kind of just feels like Star Wars, the video game movie, because it felt very sort of fetch questy, and, you know, something like, even in a video game you would just, like, level up and make something you have better, i.e. your armor, and that literally happens in Mandalorian. And so, yeah, that's kind of funny, really. You know, yeah, I think it, I mean, I guess, again, I don't know if she's meant to be smaller. Hopefully that is pretty accurate to the show. But what I will say is that I absolutely adore the helmet design on this one. You know, they've really gone for a sort of gold, obviously, colour, but also this sort of Greek sort of Spartan look to the helmet, which I absolutely adore, I'm not gonna lie, because it really makes her character and her her character and persona as this character really and aesthetic look really unique, you know, in contrast to that of most Mandalorians have that helmet and or visor to the helmet. That's kind of iconic Mandalorian sort of helmet when you think Jango Fett, Boba Fett, and now Mando. You know, and so to see this one is very refreshing, but also I can see the inspiration from, like, the sort of Greek Spartans and that, and I think that's really cool, as well as a very nerdy thing that I've just realised, another nerdy thing, but more on the sort of fictional side this time. Maybe she's a baddie because of the fact that, I mean, I could be wrong about this, as could be the person who I mentioned online, or a fan online, that we could both be wrong about her being potentially a baddie. But one thing that I will say that might indicate that is these horns, which, I'll be honest, I don't know, again, if she had those on the helmet in Season 1, although it doesn't help that where she was a very dark place and that in terms of, like, lighting. And so, you know, this is really cool because in Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7, you know, people who were radicalized by Darth Maul in the Siege of Mandalore had these sort of spiky helmets to go alongside him, because he's a character and a Sith Lord with horns coming out of his head out of his head, and so these were kind of like, you know, sort of designed in such a way that, you know, you showed your allegiance to him, and that, so, yeah. Very similar detailing on the back of the helmet with this sort of, like, grill-like vent, which I guess makes sense, because they would need some sort of ventilation and that. The armour at the chest is just this sort of really cool metallic sort of pinkish colour, which I kind of really like. It's nothing too sort of girly, and oddly enough, in retrospect, there was no controversy of boob armour, and that in the first season, you know, because I think there was when Katie Sackhoff played Bo-Katan. I think there was some sort of controversy then, I think, about that. But yeah, and it's also got the sort of emblem sort of mid-piece there as well, which is kind of quite iconic thing with the Mandalorian design. Accessory-wise, she comes with these sort of prongs to pick up armour and that, which, I'll be honest, kind of make me think of like giant toenail clippers, and that is kind of what they look like. They're kind of sculpted and painted nicely, and that, you know, really sort of wide on one end and then sort of really short on that side. And then she also comes with this sort of silver hammer, which is very sort of long on one side and then shorter on the other side, sort of thing, to really get that sense of smashing something with a hammer. And then for the sort of crotch area and or top parts of the leg, she's covered in this sort of material, this sort of skirt piece and that, which just is nicely detailed again. And that, and then as for the feet, they're just these sort of brown boots, and the legs are just sort of grey. She also on the back comes with this sort of thing that like kind of reminds me of Wookiee almost, sort of fur of like a Wookiee almost, and that can be removable, or is removable even. And it comes with 3 little stubs to clip into little parts of the back and the shoulders, although the parts in the shoulders are a bit weak and a bit rubbish really in my opinion as well. It's mainly just the main back piece that's the best part to have, and that, and I do remember this actually being in the episode. This is accurate to the episode that she has this, because I guess if she's not doing her job as the armourer, making armour, if she lives there, if there's living quarters down there, then it's very cold, so that's probably why she has this, you know. And that, yeah, I think detail wise it's immaculate. It's a Star Wars Black Series action figure, so I didn't really expect anything other than immaculate detailing and that. Articulation wise, it's limited in terms of the arms because of this piece there, the shoulder pads, plus even like that's as far as they can go out, but if you add this on top of that, it's like you can't move the arms out like at all, although they can go up further more and back more, which is always good, I suppose. And then as for the legs, she's kind of got, trying to move the accessories out of the hands even, she's got, you know, like knee joints, I think, or maybe not. The leg joints are down at the bottom, which is a bit odd, like further down, and then there is pivot joint, like a ball joint there and that, and you can have the sort of armourer looking up. It is on a like a really big ball joint, you know. And you can have the sort of waist crunch, you know, like sort of ab crunch sort of thing. So you can have her like looking down and sort of crunched / hunched over, as though she's like, you know, smashing the TARDIS up, and that. And yeah, I think the articulation is average for a Black Series. It could have been better, but then again, you could then argue you'd be compromising the authenticity of the action figure at that point, you know, to make it more playable. And considering that the Black Series action figures are aimed at collectors, considering the price tag and the sort of show they're based off of, a lot of the figures are sort of more sort of original trilogy and Mando and that, or Mandalorian and that, or just generally the price tag indicates to me that it's for collectors as opposed to kids. And so yeah, it's average articulation but above average slightly above average detailing to me. And so yeah, overall I'd give the Armourer from Mandalorian season 1 a 8 out of 10 in terms of this action figure. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please do comment, rate and subscribe.